Did you know that one of the most popular houseplants in America can shut down a cat's kidneys with nothing but its pollen? And that plant may be sitting in millions of homes right now with no warning label anywhere on the pot? Today, we're counting down 10 of the most dangerous plants still being sold at nurseries across the country. They look beautiful, they're promoted every season, and yet some have sent children, pets, and even adults to emergency rooms. Number 4 contains a poison so lethal it has been linked to assassination attempts. And number 8 may shock you the most. An innocent-looking succulent sold as a beginner plant, but its sap can cause temporary blindness if it touches your eyes. After years around nurseries and plant communities, what still shocks me is how many toxic plants are sold with no warning at all. The ASPCA, poison control, and plant toxicology researchers have documented these risks, but that information rarely appears on the price tag. So hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because on this channel we cover plant safety, growing knowledge, and what the nursery industry often doesn't tell you. Now let's get into it. First on our list, oleander. At first glance, it is a stunning shrub. Tall, lush green leaves and dense clusters of flowers in vivid pink, red, or white. It thrives in warm climates, handles drought, and transforms a yard into something that looks genuinely tropical. Nurseries love selling it because it is easy to grow, gorgeous, and customers keep coming back for more. But here is what those nurseries are not telling you. Every single part of oleander is poisonous. The leaves, the flowers, the stems, the roots, even the smoke produced if you burn the trimmings. Oleander contains cardiac glycosides, the same class of compounds used in carefully controlled doses in certain heart medications. In the plant, the dose is not controlled. A single leaf can be fatal to a child. The same leaf can kill a dog or cat. In California, there are documented cases of horses dying after nibbling on oleander branches that were thrown over a fence. Veterinary hospitals issue warnings every summer when people trim their hedges and animals get to the clippings. Poison control centers have tracked oleander exposures resulting in cardiac arrest in adults who consumed tea made from the leaves, mistakenly believing it was medicinal. The safer alternative, hibiscus. It gives you the same vibrant tropical flower display. It attracts the same pollinators, and it is completely non-toxic to both pets and people. You get every aesthetic benefit of oleander with none of the hidden danger. And if oleander surprised you, the next plant is one you have almost certainly walked past in a garden center without any idea what it can do to a human heart. Number 2. Foxglove. There are few garden plants more visually captivating than foxglove. Tall vertical spikes covered in bell-shaped flowers painted in purples, pinks, and whites. They look like something from a storybook garden, and that is precisely why nurseries stock them every spring. They fill garden beds with vertical drama, they attract hummingbirds and bees, and they sell. What most buyers never learn is that foxglove contains digitalis glycosides, the compounds that physicians have used for centuries to treat heart failure. In a medical context, the dose is measured in micrograms and monitored constantly. In the plant growing in your flower bed, the dose is uncontrolled and unpredictable. Ingesting foxglove causes nausea, vomiting, severe cardiac arrhythmia, seizures, and cardiac arrest. Children are at particular risk because the tubular flowers look like they might be edible or fun to explore. In the United Kingdom, emergency rooms document foxglove poisonings every year from gardeners who handled the plant without gloves and touched their mouths. Even skin exposure to the sap carries risk. The safer alternative, snapdragon. It delivers the same tall, vertical, colorful impact in the same purples, pinks, and yellows. It is completely safe for children and pets. It grows just as easily. And it gives your garden the same showpiece effect without the cardiac risk sitting behind the blooms. And if foxglove made you think twice about what's growing in your flower beds, number 3 is one that most people have already moved indoors and placed right in their living room. Number 3. Dieffenbachia, commonly sold as dumb cane. With its large glossy leaves splashed with cream and white patterns, Dieffenbachia is one of the most popular indoor plants in the world. It tolerates low light, grows reliably, and gives any room that lush tropical feeling that plant lovers want. Nurseries push it because it is genuinely easy to care for and it looks impressive on a shelf. Inside those beautiful leaves are microscopic needle-shaped crystals called calcium oxalate raphides. When a person or animal chews on the plant, and children and pets do, those crystals fire into the soft tissues of the mouth and throat like tiny glass needles. The immediate effect is intense burning pain and swelling of the lips and tongue. In severe cases, the throat swells enough to make breathing and speaking extremely difficult. That is where the name dumb cane comes from. Victims literally lose the ability to speak. Poison control centers across the United States and Europe receive regular calls about toddlers who have chewed a leaf. Emergency rooms have treated cases requiring airway intervention. Even skin contact with the SAP can cause irritation. And rubbing your eyes after handling the plant can cause severe burning. The safer alternative: parlor palm or Boston fern. Both give you the same tropical indoor vibe with the same low light tolerance. Both are completely non-toxic to pets and people. You get the lush green statement without turning your living room into a hidden emergency. Speaking of knowing which plants are actually safe to keep at home, if you want a complete reference for plants that heal rather than harm, I put together a special bonus for you. A digital guide covering medicinal plants you can grow, prepare, and use safely at home. It's in the first pinned comment if you want to take a look. Now back to the list, because number 4 is one that has sent more pets to emergency hospitals than almost anything else in the gardening world. Number 4. Sago palm. At first glance, the sago palm looks like a miniature tropical palm tree. Thick trunk, dramatic dark green fronds that fan out perfectly. Nurseries love selling it because it looks exotic. It works indoors and outdoors, and customers reach for it when they want something that makes a statement. There is nothing about its appearance that signals danger. Here is the reality. Every part of the sago palm is toxic, but the seeds carry the most concentrated dose of a compound called sikicin, which attacks the liver directly. For dogs and cats, even a small nibble on a seed can trigger vomiting, bloody diarrhea, seizures, acute liver failure, and death within days. Veterinary hospitals across the United States list sago palm as one of the leading causes of fatal pet poisonings. The survival rate drops dramatically once symptoms appear, and treatment for severe sikicin poisoning is intensive and expensive, often exceeding thousands of dollars with no guarantee of survival. There are heartbreaking documented cases of dogs finding a single fallen seed in a yard, being rushed to emergency care, and not surviving. The plant does not look threatening. It has no thorns, no bright warning colors. It is a silent danger to animals. The safer alternative: areca palm or ponytail palm. Both give you the same tropical architectural drama. Both are completely safe for pets and children. They thrive indoors, they are easy to maintain, and they do not come with a hidden toxic price tag that your pet pays for. And if the sago palm concerns you because of pets, the next plant will concern you for a completely different reason. Its seeds contain one of the most infamous poisons in the world, the same one that appears in spy novels and true crime stories. Number 5. Castor bean plant. The castor bean plant is a bold, dramatic garden statement. Tall stalks, enormous star-shaped leaves in deep green or bronze, and striking spiky red seed pods. Nurseries sometimes sell it as an exotic accent plant, and it is easy to see why buyers are drawn to it. It grows fast, it fills space, and it commands attention. The seeds contain ricin, a biological toxin so potent that it has been used in confirmed assassination attempts and is classified as a potential bioterrorism agent by the CDC. Ricin works by shutting down the body's ability to produce proteins at the cellular level, leading to multi-organ failure. Just 2 or 3 seeds can kill a child. The toxin is not destroyed by cooking or processing at home. Even handling the seeds without thoroughly washing your hands and then touching your eyes or mouth presents a genuine risk. There are documented cases in the United States of children mistaking the shiny, mottled seeds for beans or candy and being hospitalized. Poison control centers have tracked multiple ricin exposures from this plant in residential settings. In some jurisdictions, growing castor bean is restricted specifically because of the ricin content in the seeds. The safer alternative: elephant ear or canna lily. Both deliver the same bold, oversized tropical leaf drama that makes castor bean appealing. Both are safe for families and pets. You get the same visual impact without having a ricin source growing in your garden. And if castor bean made you uncomfortable, good. The next plant looks completely innocent. In fact, it's one of the most beautiful flowering landscaping plants sold anywhere. But what it does to your body when ingested is something most people never hear about until it's too late. Number 6, azaleas and rhododendrons. Walk into any nursery in spring and you'll find them everywhere, bursting with color in pinks, purples, reds, and whites. Homeowners love them because they're hardy, they're evergreen, and they turn any front yard into a flowering display that neighbors notice. Nurseries move enormous quantities of azaleas every season without a single toxicity warning on the pot. Azaleas and rhododendrons contain compounds called gray anotoxins that interfere with the body's sodium channels, the signaling mechanism that keeps nerves and muscles, including the heart, functioning correctly. Even a few leaves or some nectar can cause nausea, dizziness, severe abdominal pain, dangerously low blood pressure, and, in serious cases, coma or fatal cardiac complications. The toxicity extends even further than the plant itself. There is documented historical evidence of what became known as mad honey, honey produced by bees that fed primarily on rhododendron nectar in parts of Turkey and the surrounding region. Ancient soldiers who consumed this honey experienced vomiting, paralysis, and incapacitation. Modern cases of gray anotoxin poisoning from mad honey are still reported in medical literature. The ASPCA lists azaleas as one of the most dangerous plants for pets. Dogs that chew on azalea leaves can develop vomiting, extreme drooling, weakness, and in untreated cases, death. The safer alternative, camellia or viburnum. Both offer lush evergreen foliage and beautiful spring flowers in the same color ranges. Both are safe for pets and children. You get the same curb appeal and seasonal display without the gray anotoxin risk sitting in your landscaping. And if azaleas concern you, number 7 is the one that concerns veterinarians most. It is brought into homes during the holidays every single year. And for cat owners, it is one of the most dangerous decisions they can make without even knowing it. Number 7, lilies. Lilies are elegant, fragrant, and universally beloved. You see them at weddings, Easter services, and holiday gatherings. Florists use them constantly. Garden centers sell them in pots. They are a symbol of beauty and grace that people bring into their homes without a second thought. For cats, true lilies, Easter lilies, tiger lilies, daylilies, stargazers, are among the most deadly plants that exist, and the toxicity threshold is shockingly low. The pollen alone, brushed onto a cat's coat and then licked off during grooming, is enough to trigger acute kidney failure. Drinking water from a vase containing cut lilies can be fatal. Within hours of exposure, an affected cat will begin vomiting, lose its appetite, and become lethargic. Without emergency treatment started within 18 hours of exposure, most cats do not survive. Veterinary clinics report a surge in lily toxicity cases every Easter and Christmas. Not because owners don't care, but because they genuinely had no idea. The survival rate drops dramatically the longer treatment is delayed. Even for dogs, lilies cause significant gastrointestinal distress. The risk is not theoretical. It is documented in veterinary literature across thousands of cases. The safer alternative, orchids or roses. Both offer the same elegance and the same ability to transform a space with beauty. Both are safe for cats and dogs. You get the same floral grace of lilies without the renal failure risk for the animals living in your home. And if lilies shocked you because you've had them in your home, the next plant will shock you for a different reason. It looks so unusual, so decorative, so obviously exotic, that most people assume it must require special handling. But it's sold casually as a garden plant in most states. And the effects of ingesting it are among the most extreme of anything on this list. Number 8. Angel's Trumpet, Brugmansia. Angel's Trumpet is one of the most visually dramatic plants you can grow. Large pendulous flowers, trumpet-shaped, hanging downward in white, yellow, or peach, that can reach 12 inches in length. The fragrance is intoxicating, especially at night. Nurseries sell it as a statement plant for patios and gardens, and it genuinely does create a spectacular display. Every part of Brugmansia contains tropane alkaloids, the same family of compounds found in belladonna and scopolamine. These alkaloids cause intense anticholinergic effects, hallucinations, severe disorientation, elevated heart rate, inability to urinate, blurred vision, and in significant exposures, seizures, coma, and death. This is not a gentle toxin. Emergency medicine literature documents Brugmansia poisonings worldwide, including cases in which people deliberately consumed the plant for its hallucinogenic effects and required intensive care hospitalization. In Colombia, a derivative compound from related plants, scopolamine, is used criminally to render victims completely compliant and without memory. Children exploring the garden who handle the flowers and touch their faces, or who taste any part of the plant, are at serious risk. The dramatic appearance that makes Angel's trumpet so appealing is also what makes it memorable in toxicology training. The safer alternative, mandevilla or moonflower vine. Both offer the same large, dramatic tropical flower display. Both produce impressive blooms with evening fragrance. And both are significantly safer for families and pets while delivering the same visual impact that makes Angel's trumpet so appealing. And if Angel's trumpet is the most dramatic plant on this list, number 9 has injured more unsuspecting gardeners than almost any other plant sold as low maintenance. Its fruits look like berries, its flowers look delicate, and almost nobody warns you about what happens if children eat those berries. Number 9, lantana. Lantana is everywhere in warm climate gardening. Dense clusters of small flowers in oranges, yellows, reds, and pinks that change color as they age, creating a multicolored display that looks genuinely festive. It is drought-tolerant, attracts butterflies and hummingbirds, and nurseries promote it as a low-maintenance flowering plant that thrives in heat. All of that is true. What the plant tag does not mention is that lantana is hepatotoxic, meaning it causes liver damage, particularly in children and animals. The unripe berries, which turn from green to black as they mature and look strikingly similar to blueberries, are the most dangerous part. Children regularly mistake these berries for something edible. Ingestion causes vomiting, diarrhea, weakness, and in significant amounts, liver failure. Poison control centers in the United States receive lantana exposure calls every summer. Cattle, sheep, and horses grazing on lantana in pasture settings develop what veterinarians call lantana poisoning, a photosensitization condition combined with liver damage that can be fatal. For dogs and cats, the berries and leaves both present toxicity risk. The plant looks cheerful and harmless. The berries look like a snack. That gap between appearance and reality is exactly why it belongs on this list. The safer alternative, calabrachoa or pentas. Both produce the same dense, continuous floral display in the same warm color ranges. Both attract pollinators effectively, and both are safe for the children and animals who share your garden space. And if lantana surprised you, the final plant on this list will completely change how you look at the succulent section of any nursery. It looks like a harmless, decorative plant. It is sold as a beginner-friendly houseplant, and its sap can cause burns and, if it reaches the eyes, temporary blindness. Number 10, euphorbia, the toxic succulent hiding in plain sight. The euphorbia genus contains hundreds of species, and many of them are sold in nurseries as decorative succulents and cacti-like ornamentals. They look architectural, modern, low maintenance. Some look like candelabra cacti. Others look like small sculptural plants perfect for a desk or windowsill. They are marketed to beginners as easy, forgiving plants. And the danger they carry is almost never mentioned. Euphorbias produce a white, milky latex sap that is a severe skin and eye irritant. Skin contact causes burning, redness, and in some cases, blistering. If the sap reaches the eyes, and which happens easily when pruning, repotting, or even accidentally brushing against a broken stem, it can cause intense pain, inflammation, and in serious exposures, temporary blindness. Medical literature documents cases of significant eye injury from euphorbia sap requiring emergency ophthalmological treatment. The sap is also toxic if ingested, causing severe mouth burning, vomiting, and gastrointestinal distress in both people and animals. This plant is not labeled with any of this in most garden centers. It is sold next to other succulents with a care tag about watering frequency and nothing else. The safer alternative, Echeveria or Haworthia. Both give you the same sculptural, low-maintenance succulent aesthetic. Both are genuinely safe for pets and people. Both fit perfectly in the same modern minimalist aesthetic that makes euphorbias appealing. You get the look without the latex. Before we wrap up, a few quick honorable mentions. Plants that didn't make the main list but deserve a warning. Hydrangea. Those enormous ball-shaped flower clusters make hydrangea one of the most popular garden plants in the world. But the leaves and flower buds contain cyanogenic compounds, chemicals that can release cyanide when ingested in quantity. Pets and children who chew on hydrangea are at genuine risk. Monkshood. also called aconitum or wolfsbane. Its tall spikes of deep purple and blue flowers look almost regal. The toxin it contains has caused fatalities throughout recorded history, and simply handling the plant without gloves can cause tingling and numbness through skin absorption. It has been used as a poison since ancient Rome. Wisteria, one of the most beloved flowering vines in garden design. Those cascading purple flowers are genuinely beautiful. But the seeds and pods contain lectins and wisterin that cause severe vomiting, and in large amounts can cause collapse. Children attracted to the seed pods are the primary concern. Before you go, 3 quick safety actions that matter right now. First, check your home and garden today. If you have any of the plants from this video, assess whether children or pets have access to them. A beautiful plant in a location no animal or child can reach is a manageable risk. The same plant at floor level or on a low table is a different situation entirely. Second, before you buy any plant, take 10 seconds to search its name and the word toxic before you bring it home. The ASPCA Toxic Plant Database and Poison Control both maintain comprehensive, free, searchable lists. That one search takes less time than carrying the plant to your car. Third, if a child or pet has ingested or contacted any suspicious plant, do not wait for symptoms. For pets, call your veterinarian or an emergency animal hospital immediately. For people, contact Poison Control. In the US, the number is 1-800-222-2222, or go directly to an emergency room. Time is the variable that most determines outcome with plant toxicity. There you have it. 10 plants still being sold at nurseries across the country. Plants that are beautiful, plants that are popular, and plants that have caused real harm to real families and real animals because no one on the selling end thought a warning label was necessary. Plants can bring extraordinary joy to your home and garden, but the right plants matter. Now you know which ones to walk past and what to choose instead. Which plant on this list surprised you most? Was it the assassin's poison in the ornamental garden? The holiday flower that kills cats with its pollen alone? Or the beginner succulent that can blind you? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one and I want to know what you didn't know before this video. If this helped you, share it with someone who has pets or young children. They deserve to know this. Hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. We post new videos on plant safety and growing knowledge every week. I'll see you in the next one.